There's one lady who is so committed to helping other women that she's often on the phone in the wee hours of the morning. She's a mother, wife, friend, teacher, and counselor. But to hundreds, she's a saint. This is a story about a journey that began with pain but ends with promise.
I thought that might have been the last day that I ever breathed God's fresh air.
Nancy Yarbrough Banks reads passages from a book about her life. It chronicles the shocking trauma she endured as a preteen and teen.
There were other guys waiting outside to have their way, but again, to me, in those moments, those are the breadcrumbs from God, because He gave me what to say to them. Nobody else entered the room because they thought that I was on my menstrual cycle, but I wasn't. I was a virgin. And He took my innocence that day, but also He took away my voice because I feared to tell anyone.
Her book, The Exodus, Where New Beginnings Happen, recounts Yarbrough Banks' struggles after being molested, raped, lured into drugs and alcohol. The downward spiral began when her parents divorced. What wounded you the most?
You know, I think more so the feeling of abandonment, the fear of not being, cared for and loved in the way that you thought you should. You're there to face yourself by yourself. I think that was the most hurtful part, because I didn't understand who I was, but like I was hurting, So then you start looking for other people to fill that gap, that need to feel loved and accepted. Me trying to find myself through unresolved trauma that had already started.
But those raw feelings have given her a unique ability to warm other abandoned souls. That's why she gave birth to this shelter, Humble Beginnings, where women seek refuge from the streets. Denise Harris, the house manager here, also survived trafficking and drug abuse. She too can relate to the clients.
I know I can't save the world. I can't, but I be trying. I do. I can see somebody out there and I talk to them. I start off, how you doing? And then I don't know, it's just something about that I can feel their spirit. And then I just have a conversation and I try to direct them to some places where I think that can help them.
Both women have helped more than 200 women find sanctuary away from danger. Women like Carmen and her daughter Benita, who stayed for 2 months.
I was on the streets. I was sleeping in the airports. I was sleeping in the emergency departments, back and forth in shelters, back and forth in hotels. And then when I was at New Beginnings, I felt safe. I felt protected. They will help you out with open arms, and you will be safe. No matter what struggles you're going through, they will help you and guide you through it.
21-year-old Ornell Price left an abusive alcoholic mother at the age of 15 to find comfort here.
I could say, I need a blanket, do you have a blanket, something like that. I'll come get the blanket and she'll give me a hygiene bag too. Don't even have to ask for it. That's stuff that you need.
Nicole Mathis of Lake Geneva was trafficked and got involved in drugs and alcohol at 15. She credits Nancy Yarbrough with helping her escape.
She's provided a lot of things for me, including support, encouragement, hope. Yeah, I'm young. I didn't know, but I knew enough to know that what I was doing wasn't right. I just didn't want to say it for what it was.
Terry Woodley praises Yarbrough's book for helping her deal with her food obsession.
I can relate to with every chapter. Every chapter was getting better and better. It was getting more and going into detail and stuff. And it's just about life.
Lives touched by a woman who found her voice by helping others find theirs.
I wish I knew how much my Genesis laid the foundation for what I would experience later in life. I would have given myself more grace. I would have sought help sooner. I would have loved myself enough not to blame myself for some of the choices I made. I am glad I know now.
What would the adult Nancy say to the baby Nancy?
You know what? Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It's not your fault. You're okay. Your beauty is not defined by your outward, but the love that God has placed in your heart for yourself and others defines you more than anything else. You are a survivor, and I love you. Yeah. That's what I tell her. You get through the trauma and you go to the triumph. You stop being a victim and victim blaming and have accountability, and you become a survivor, thriver, activist, and now author.
And you know what? And most importantly, you're a strong, beautiful, warm, loving human being.
Yeah.
She's so incredible. Nancy's book is being used as a teaching tool in local programs to help victims of trafficking face their trauma. And when you read her story like I did, you are going to be even more amazed, and just you won't believe how much Nancy has gone through to have survived and thrived.